emerging from the tunnels, hiding in the forests, or simply wandering around. With the increasing number of creepy encounters, there is no doubt we are sharing our vast universe with some other civilizations too.
Oh, sure.
So, let's meet our ET neighbors.
It's coming down pretty steadily here in
convocados para la realización.
Area 51 is full of secrets that are more than just aliens or UFOs. Recently, a team of researchers managed to break into a tunnel near this area. While working, they heard strange sounds coming from a nearby cave. They decided to investigate the cause. They entered the cave and started exploring. The senior researcher noticed movement in one of the tunnels. As he approached, he spotted an unknown creature coming out from the dark tunnel. It had an extended neck, blended with its back. The senior moved closer and handled the creature calmly. That creature was then sent to the lab for research and kept under observation. Yogi in a cave. A group of teenagers were playing when they came across a cave. They were curious to explore, so they entered the cave and saw a beam of light coming from one side. The light was getting brighter and brighter as they got closer to it. To their surprise, it was a yogi shining brightly. Teenagers noticed that it was speaking softly while looking up, seemingly unbothered by their presence. They recorded the scene and uploaded the video to social media, where it quickly gained a lot of attention. But then, mysteriously, both the yogi and the boys disappeared. Bunker's secret. A young boy decided to investigate the old secret bunker in his backyard that had always been a topic of mystery. Inside the bunker, a skinny creature was bent down in the dim light, its body partially hidden in the shadows. It had human-like hands and feet, but what caught the boy's attention were its rectangle-shaped ears, which stuck out awkwardly from its head. Realizing the need to alert his family, the boy slowly backed away from the bunker and hurried back to the house. By the time they entered inside, the creature had disappeared, leaving behind only a few traces of its presence, such as leftovers of unknown material. Winged humanoid.
What is that?
A man in a hilly area looked at a person standing at the top of a cliff. He ran to save him, but the reality was different. He got to know that it was not a person, but a creature with human features and wings on its back. He got closer to the cliff, but it jumped to the other side. The man followed the creature to its edge, where it leapt to the far side. As he approached, the creature stood up. It had long hair, with quite horrifying facial features. The creature then spread its wings and left the place, leaving the observer shocked. Pale figure. An investigator went into the woods near a river at night when he noticed a man standing. The area was restricted only to workers, so it was quite shady for him to see an unauthorized person there. On having a closer look, he saw that the man was standing very still at the riverbank's edge, looking pale and covered in shadows. He signaled for his team to come over, and the atmosphere grew tense. The man stayed still, staring at the water. The investigator, with his team, tried to figure out what was going on, but suddenly, the man stepped into the river and disappeared. They searched for him, but couldn't find him. Tired and confused, they returned to their base. Robot capture humanoid. In the city sewer system, maintenance robots with cameras and sensors were patrolling the tunnels. One night, Robot 234 noticed something strange. It was a mysterious creature covered in scales with big, shiny eyes, and was producing a low echoing sound. The robot's cameras captured every detail of its sleek form and curious behavior. Before the robot could do anything, the creature vanished into a side tunnel. This was informed to the central control station. The team reached to find it, but the creature kept hiding, which left the team confused, but also very curious about what else might be in the city's underground tunnels. Park sighting. One night in a quiet park, someone heard strange sounds and quietly followed it. When he reached closer, the view was questionable for him. He saw an alien with a long tail, muscular body, and its head seemed to be a helmet. It was a strange and magical sight that made him feel amazed and a little scared. The person hid and watched the scene with curiosity as the alien moved across the park. Before he could inform anyone, the ET figure suddenly disappeared behind the bushes and was never seen again. The man told everyone about the incident, but no one believed him. The black-haired being.
¡Venga tu madre!
A young traveler entered an old, empty house out of curiosity. While exploring, he caught a glimpse of movement among the shadows. It was a black-haired, unknown being who hid in a corner after noticing the boy and started making strange hand gestures.
Si la vieron.
Before he could figure out what it was, the witch-like creature disappeared. He grabbed his torch and started searching the rooftop, where he witnessed something jumping from the wall. It was a witch trying to hide itself from the visitor. Soon, he realized his mistake, and he instantly left the house. Double-mouthed beast. An incident in the sewer was caught on camera and remains unexplained. The janitors were carrying out their work when they suddenly heard a strange noise approaching. Curious to know what it was, they stayed there. Suddenly, a strange creature with two mouths, one large on top and a smaller one below, appeared from the dark end of the sewer. It resembled a mix of rhinoceros and a hippopotamus, with sharp teeth and skin covered in scales like a hedgehog's. Those janitors were frightened and started shouting for help. Before anyone could reach them, the monster went back into the depths of the sewer. This sewer was then closed without any further investigation due to safety concerns. Phantom fur. A video from the streets of Mexico surfaced on the internet, and almost everyone is curious to find the answers to what had been captured. It was late at night. A man was returning from work when he spotted what appeared to be a white bear. As he observed it closer, he was shocked to discover it was a white figure with red eyes and a horrifying gaze under a streetlight, which he had mistaken for the white bear. The person filming carefully stayed back while capturing it on camera with shaking hands. Suddenly, the figure turned towards the camera, freezing the screen with its intense stare. The next day, authorities found the man's camera at the scene, but both the mysterious humanoid and the man were never seen again. The Bigfoot Mystery. Forest officers were hiking in the Acadian forest of Canada when they noticed something and started recording it from behind the bushes. They were on their usual duty when they saw a humanoid creature with a camel-like hump on its back. It was something unknown. To stay safe, they hid themselves. Initially, they thought it was a gorilla, but the gestures hint that it was something else. The creature stood tall and was moving through the bushes in a distinctly human-like manner. Suddenly, a noise from the hikers alerted the creature, and they decided to leave the scene. The creature's appearance resembled that of Bigfoot, yet its existence remained a puzzle. Abandoned barn. Shoot! Urban explorers entered an abandoned barn out of curiosity in the countryside. The atmosphere was scary, so they decided to capture it on camera as if they knew something was going to happen. While exploring the barn, they came across a way that went into a secret room. Moving forward, they encountered a pale, humanoid figure with dark and tired eyes. They got frightened and started searching for the exit, but the creature chased them with speed. They ran to save themselves from the alien and luckily reached their vehicle safely. Lake phenomenon. A few friends were passing by a lake when they saw a green light being reflected from the lake bridge. Upon closer inspection, it was hard for them to believe what they saw. It was a green creature resembling a chameleon sitting on the lake bridge. It had reptilian features. The friends wanted a closer look, but they were unsure what they might discover. Suddenly, their flashlight flickered off, and it all went dark. They quickly switched on the camera's light to see again, and the alien was still by the lake. The friends decided to call the military, which arrived in a few minutes, grabbed the alien, and transported it to a nearby secret facility for further research. Uninvited guest. A young adult living alone in an urban area heard a crashing sound from his bedroom and rushed to it. He carefully approached the closet where the noise was initiated and opened the door. There, he found a green-colored creature that looked like an otherworldly being. When the alien saw the man, it shielded its eyes and created a frightening noise. It pushed the young man aside and disappeared into the bedroom. The poor young man stood frozen, trying to comprehend the event, but the creature disappeared, leaving only a sense of disbelief. Backyard humanoid. In Las Vegas, a backyard hides a secret. One night, under the starry sky, something unexpected happened. In that Las Vegas family's backyard, the members were enjoying their dinner when they saw someone in the backyard. They went out, and to their surprise, it was something otherworldly. The 8-foot-tall alien looked very strange. Its big eyes looked around carefully and with interest. Everyone watched closely to observe this amazing happening. But then, the alien quickly disappeared into the darkness, leaving everyone with lots of questions. People in Las Vegas still talk about this strange event quietly, and it will be remembered for a long time to come. Camp spoiler. A group of friends was enjoying a bonfire at their campsite when they heard a strange sound. They followed the noise, and in the dark, they found an alien with a humanoid skull. The alien's spider-like legs threatened and rushed to defend itself, moved forward with a horrific stare. They were alerted and decided to leave the place immediately. Everybody rushed and managed to reach their place safely, but that encounter had left them shaken and haunted. Swamp rake. A group of friends decided to have an adventure late one night, but they were unaware of sneaky creatures roaming in the last hours in the dark. While they were exploring, they found a small muddy land. Inside the shallow water, they observed something strange. Suddenly, a skinny, pale creature covered in mud appeared. Some thought it might be a skinwalker or a rake, as it had sharp claws. Instead of approaching them, the creature went away in the dark. They again visited the place, but never saw that alien again. Miner's fright.
Here we go. Boop. Eyeballs.
A miner was enjoying a break from his labor when he noticed something strange and looked for comfort from his coworkers, who also noticed the movement. It was a shadowy figure emerging from the depths of a tunnel with strange body movements in the dark, which grabbed the attention of the miner. It had an odd, thin, and shadowy body. The miner was frightened, yet decided to find the truth of this strange creature. He gathered all the workers who were ready to face the mysterious being, but they never saw it again. Paranormal event. A creepy video showed two men inside a dark cave. and one of them looked like he was in a strange state. These miners were working when one of them suddenly froze, not moving at all. As a third person recorded the incident, the leader pointed toward a dark tunnel where a mysterious creature seemed to be hiding. He began performing a ritual and gently approached the possessed man. He covered his eyes with his hand to help him get out of the strange state. The possessed man became unconscious and fell to the ground. Later, the rescue team arrived, and the miners were taken to the hospital. The mine was later sealed after this horrifying incident. Mysterious sound. One day, workers heard an unknown noise beneath some large rocks near a cave. Curious, they gathered around to investigate. They cautiously decided to move one of the rocks, praying for safety. When they lifted the rock, something strange appeared briefly. It seemed as though the creature was trying to understand what was happening and became alert. It resembled a human with no eyeballs and a completely bald head. Believing it to possess supernatural qualities, no one dared to disturb it again. They quickly replaced the stone, sealed the entrance, and covered it to prevent any potential misfortune. Forest encounter. A group of wildlife researchers noticed an unusual movement. As it was dark, they just followed the sound. They discovered a mysterious forest beast in their natural habitat, which was hiding behind a tree. The creature, with its humanoid structure, sharp ears, and silver eyes, was new to them. They followed it to uncover the unknown. Despite their efforts, the creature remained hard to find. It only appeared briefly on camera before disappearing into the depths of the forest. The research team was debating its origins while searching for any evidence when they found footprints of the monster, which never visited the forest again. Insect find. A team of scientists was exploring Kentucky's Mammoth Cave when they discovered a previously unknown insect species. It was a sort of giant bug. The creature had numerous legs, a body with scales, and 4 long, saw-edged teeth, which presented its predatory nature. Scientists tried to grab the bug so that it could be studied, but it struck one of them, and they decided to leave the scene to save their lives. With a feeling of disappointment, the infected person was taken to the hospital, and the experts started investigating the behavior of the species so they could capture it if spotted again. Secret base. A strange incident happened in a super cold fridge at Area 51 and was recorded by the workers. Everyone left the place. Only 2 friends were there, as they wanted to uncover the secrets. While they were roaming around the base, they reached the closed end of it. There was a closed door to a small room, and as they opened it, it had a strange creature inside. The alien, which had been kept in cold darkness, seemed more curious than scary when the flashlight's beam lit up its space. It was almost like that creature was waiting for food. One of the workers was so surprised that he dropped his camera and ran away. Mutant alien. Scientists' labs are famous for their secretive projects. A scientist was on duty when he saw something lying on the ground, its colors matching the mud. He brought it into a small, hidden room, put on his gloves, and started examining it. It was a brown creature with eyes that seemed to stare right at him. On its head, there was an organ shaped like an antenna. The creature was observed for days, but one day it was found lifeless, which disappointed the scientists. Afterwards, it was buried in the land. Tunnel sighting. A security guard at the tunnel heard a voice from inside and hurried in with a torch. Suddenly, he noticed movement. He became highly alert as it was horrifying. The sound started moving towards him. And finally, a figure unlike anything he'd ever seen before was revealed. The man flashed the torch on it while it shielded its eyes from the bright light with its hands. The creature moved him aside and fled. The guard chased it, but it just faded away without a trace. Crawling skeleton. In an under-construction building, the workers encountered a lifeless skeleton. But they were mistaken as they noticed a movement. They got a little closer and got to know that it was a skeleton crawling on its hands. While they were recording the incident, the skeleton suddenly attacked one of the workers, who managed to save himself. The creepy skeleton then hid behind a nearby wall. Its empty sockets were paying attention to the workers. They left the site and called the police. When the police arrived and searched the building, no such thing was found. Alien under UV light. Workers were conducting UV fluorescence analysis in a field when they detected something unusual on their equipment. As they adjusted their equipment, they saw a strange shape on the screen. It was a figure that looked like an alien and was standing in the middle of the crops. They approached it a little closer. They seemed to possess a humanoid form, with features that were both familiar and otherworldly. The creature stared at them with large, curious eyes. The alien seemed to decide its next move and searched for an exit. When the workers turned off the UV light and looked for the alien, they found no clues of any creature. Horned being. People witnessed mysterious animals hiding in a place where hardly anyone goes. A video has surfaced showing such a creature. The scene presents a big, goat-like animal with huge horns that's been seen near a cave many times. Its horns curl back, and it has long, sharp claws that make it super strong. Its face looks like a dragon with lots of pointy teeth. Its eyes shine in different colors in the dark, making it interesting. People have seen and wondered what it was, but after research, they found that it was an alien. No one ever grabbed it, as they inhabited places beyond human reach. Desert beast. In a dry, barren desert, sightings of an unknown creature with patchy fur increased the curiosity among the locals. The hunchback beast was seen walking on all its fours. Its long legs made it look like a giant dog. Locals shared many tales about this mysterious animal. After several sightings, the creature was discovered lifeless. Some believed it was a new species from another world adapted to survive in harsh desert conditions. The lifeless creature was tested by the scientists, and the results showed that it had DNA from both a dog and a wolf. So, are aliens actually a mixture of dogs and wolves? Or was it just another beast waiting to be discovered? Burnt dwarf. An adventurer was exploring the forest when he came across a creature he had never seen before. It was a scary creature hiding behind a tree with skin that looked burnt, sharp claws, and ears that pointed up like a cat's. The adventurer was fascinated by it and stayed there to observe it, but that supernatural being seemed to be ready to attack him. On the advice of the forest guide, he quickly ran away as fast as he could. After this encounter, a group of forest experts were sent to search, but they failed to find the creature again. Colombian encounter. In Colombia, a brave explorer and his friend were deep inside a dark cave when they heard a loud noise that echoed through the walls. They quickly ran toward the sound, shining their flashlight to see what it was. They found something strange lying on the cave floor. As they went farther into the cave, they saw a mysterious creature hiding in the shadows. When the creature opened its eyes and stood up, they got really scared. The explorer and his friends ran away, and when they came back after hours, it had already left the place. Little did they know, it was actually a home to an alien from the odd things they found from the cave. Shack creature. A group of friends heard strange cries when they were exploring an old house deep in the forest. Moving a step ahead to a closed door, they saw something that frightened them. In front of them, there was a humanoid. Its front legs were bent strangely, making it seem like it was on all fours like an animal, and started to move towards them slowly and aggressively. The friends had now sensed the danger, so they quickly closed the door. That humanoid didn't follow the friends any further, seeming like it wanted to be left alone in its territory. They all left the place and called the police, but when the police investigated, it wasn't there anymore. Roadside witch. A man was on a road trip enjoying the beautiful views when he noticed an old lady standing by the side of the road with a stick in her hand. This was no ordinary elderly lady with a deadly stare. This was a bruja, the Mexican witch. That witch suddenly began to approach the car more quickly. He was alerted and immediately put his car in reverse to get some distance between them. She threw her stick aside and started to move unpredictably and terrifyingly on her hands as she crawled. The man drove anxiously, attempting to get away. He gave it one last push and was able to escape, leaving that witch behind. Secret footage. A video has recently surfaced revealing the secrets of Area 51. It appears to show 2 to 3 aliens walking within the boundaries of the highly secretive base. The footage was seemingly taken in secret, and it's gotten a lot of attention, bringing back debates about the existence of alien life and what secrets might be hidden within the infamous military site. As viewers analyze the footage, it adds a new chapter to the interesting mystery of Area 51. Were you aware of this earlier? Cryptid sighting. A team of officers encountered a strange noise near a forest office, which led them to investigate. They found a cryptid-like creature with glowing eyes, menacing horns, and thick, black fur. The team was terrified by what they just witnessed. The creature observed them with its glowing eyes. They decided to grab it, but before they could take a step, it ran into the dark, leaving the team with more questions than answers about what hides in the depths of the woods. Castle demon. One wall of an old castle had a massive hole in it that revealed the mysteries within. Someone who was passing by saw movement through the opening and had a sight of what appeared to be someone or something within the castle. He immediately gathered a group of individuals to look into it out of curiosity and worry. The group discovered an odd and unidentified creature when they shifted their flashlights through the hole. It had a spooky appearance due to its black fur. It suddenly disappeared completely into the hole, and nobody dared to enter that hole, and they all left the spot. Stonewall demon. A farmer was working in the fields when he felt some noise coming from a near ruined structure. Upon investigating, he saw a mysterious figure covered in black hiding behind the stone wall. As he approached, it moved and sat at the cover of the bunker. When the farmer flashed a light into the bunker, the creature was making weird gestures. It had a single hand with face-like features, moving it up and down, which the farmer was unable to understand. The farmer left the creature alone to keep himself safe, and nobody ever encountered it again. Cave dwarf. Miners were doing their work when they noticed a movement in the dark end of a mine. It almost looked like a demonic dwarf. At first, one of the miners tried to scare it away by throwing sand at it. Curious and a bit scared, the miner got closer to the dwarf, but when he touched it, he realized it wasn't like any normal creature he knew. His mood quickly changed, and he started asking the dwarf to leave him and his co-worker, who was filming with a camera. After a moment, the dwarf slowly disappeared into the shadows. The group stood there, wondering how it came, and just quickly passed from sight. Unexpected birth. A woman was lying on the stretcher when doctors helped her deliver her baby, but what they saw was something they never observed in their careers. The doctors held it and tried to know exactly what it was. It had blue skin, a long neck, a broad forehead, and wide eyes. The newborn was sent to scientists to figure out its reality after hours of observation. Rumors spread that this strange birth could be linked to experiments by the scientists of Russia, who were said to be trying to create human-alien hybrids. It seemed like the government might be trying to keep some experiments secret. Artifacts in America. A group of archaeologists went to a town in America to explore its history. What they sighted here opened up a new side of the world to them. They went to a field, selected a spot, and started to dig through the layers of earth. One of the archaeologists felt that his hand found some oddly shaped object. When he pulled it out, to everyone's surprise, it was a skull. It seemed human-like from the front, but the back had scales just like a reptile. It was later sent to a lab for testing, but the results showed that it did not resemble any of the species found on Earth. What is your opinion on this bizarre discovery? Alien fetus. A young adventurer used to go on solo trips, but his visit to a forest in Africa changed his worldview. While he was exploring the forest, he tripped over something unusual on the ground. Initially mistaking it for a toy, he picked it up and was amazed as it was a living creature that was new to him. The creature had a humanoid body with green-tinted skin, matching sharply with its surroundings. The creature appeared to be the fetus of an alien, complete with an umbilical cord. This incident frightened him so much that he left the fetus there, packed his belongings, and left the forest. Slouched creature. A few hunters were staying at a forest camp. They were on high alert as they knew that the forest was full of dangerous animals. When they heard someone walking on the grass near the camp, they grabbed their torch, moved out of the camp, and started the search for any predator. But the sighting amazed them. As they flashed their torch around the bushes, they saw two eyes glowing in the dark and staring at them. It was a spooky creature with a forward-bent back and a thin body. The hunters tried not to panic at the sight, but in the blink of an eye, it just disappeared. The hunters went back to their camp and informed the forest officers about the incident. Legged monster. Something really scary was recorded on a backyard security camera that was threatening the homeowners. It was all legs with no upper body at all. The creature moved across the screen in a strange, graceful way, its lower half sliding smoothly on the ground. It didn't make any noise and looked very disturbing. It seemed like something from a bad dream, because it didn't have a body or a head. When the people who lived in the house saw this video, they called the police and left the home in a hurry. The police found nothing except a torn shoe. It's time for today's open discussion. One explorer's curiosity led him to a shocking discovery. While exploring a restricted area, he heard odd noises from a sealed well. As he looked inside, he spotted a massive creature climbing up. He quickly ran for his life and returned with area guards. They found an alien-like being on the ground, resembling a werewolf with sharp ears folded unusually, and its skin was dark. The guards approached cautiously, unsure of how to handle it. They relocated it to a secure place where experts could learn from this extraordinary discovery while still ensuring public safety.